Hey YouTubies, how's it going? Alright, tonight I'm doing a mental health awareness update. We just got done, Anthony and I just got done doing a mukbang, a potato, what was it? Potato, onion, and sausage mukbang out at the barbecue grill. And sorry, I'm trying to adjust things a little bit here, trying to get a little better. I'm a little stressed out right now. So yeah, we just got done doing that. I'll admit we've had some margaritas. Well, I've had 1.5 margaritas of our big mugs. I've still got mine to finish. Which technically I shouldn't be. He had only, I want to say one, but it's probably technically a half one because I had it completely full of ice for his. He likes a lot more ice. So he had one of these, but it's completely full of ice to water it down. But after we got done with the mukbang, he fell. Oh my God. He fell over next to the house. This just right on the outside of our bedroom. And what it was, he tripped over the railroad ties. I'll probably have to take a video tomorrow and just show you a little bit more clearly what I'm talking about. He tripped, lost his balance. It wasn't just because of the alcohol. He didn't have that much alcohol, really. He tripped because he was starting to get really tired. When him and I both get really tired, like really majorly fatigued because of our tiredness, our actions are almost like we're tipsy, and we're not. But in this case, he was a little bit of both. Tipsy, but not tipsy. He was tipsy because of the alcohol, what little he had, and staggering because he was just so tired and needing to go home. Go home. Yeah, go home. Go into the house and go to bed. That's how we are when we get exhausted. It just, you got to go to bed, like, quickly. He didn't make it that far. He fell right next to the house, and there's railroad ties that are right next, bumping up against the house. And there's railroad spikes that are sticking up. Luckily, he hit his head when he went down, his whole body. But luckily, he didn't hit his head in a railroad spike. But he did his arm into a railroad spike, and it slightly dented into. I'll show a picture at the end of this video. I'm sorry. I'm just a little bit stressed out right now. I'll admit, we both been drinking a little bit, yes, but this is not just because of being tipsy. This is just being damn right stressed and worried and feeling guilty. felt just right. I could have been a widow tonight. In the butt head sometimes, yes, but I don't want it to go. Okay, calm down, Vikki. Calm down, calm down, calm down. Breathe. No. No. Oh. Okay, breathe, Vikki, breathe. Okay. What happened was, we got up after doing the mukbang. He was like really starting to wind down because of being so tired. The alcohol probably helped contribute to that. Yeah, I'll admit that. We don't normally drink. We really don't. Very, very, very rarely. And we took our meds hours and hours ago. So whenever we drink a little bit, I try to space things out from when we ran out. I myself have had more to drink tonight than I should. With me and I took my meds earlier. But he hadn't really had that much. I just poured half of his drink into mine. Actually, more than half. To finish up here. We got done eating. I'm trying to calm myself down a little bit. We got done eating here, and we was picking things up to go back in the house. Well, actually, I was, because he wasn't up to picking anything up. He was just going to go in and move his computer off the bed and go straight to bed. That was the plan. I'm brain farting. Before he just barely got past the fire pit right here. And all of a sudden, he lost his balance and started falling. I was trying to get there quick enough to break his fall. Even if it hurt me, I didn't care. I was trying to get there quick enough to break his fall, but I didn't make it. And he fell on the ground next to the house. Like parallel to the house. And there was a railroad spike that was sticking up probably about an inch from the railroad tie. And it has actually made a huge dent in his arm, which I will show a picture of that at the very end of this video. And it took him a few minutes to get his bearings, to be able to even get up. I offered my arm many times to see if that would help him get up. I'm not very strong, especially with his weight, but if he needed me to help him get up, you know, that's what it takes. I finally got him into the house and got him to sit down into his easy chair. I didn't realize that he had a puncture in his arm until he showed me. So I put some Neosporin, well, it's equivalent, the equate version of Neosporin, onto the wound and put a nice big patch over it. In the morning, I've already got my alarm set for 8 a.m. to call the doctor's office and see if I can get him into the doctor's office tomorrow. And then, of course, since he was being so out of it between what little alcohol he had, like I said, he doesn't normally, I drink more than he does, and that's very, very rarely. But, so please don't anybody think that we're promoting alcohol. I'm not, we're not. I finally got him into his easy chair, got him relaxed a little bit, got him calmed down, you know, assess the problems. I tried to assess the problem out here, but he was determined to get up. So I thought, okay, I'll give him his easy chair and then assess the problems. Got him in his easy chair and assess the problems, see if he had hit his head, his body, legs, anything like that. see if anything else was injured besides his arm. He did hit his head, and the rest of his, he's going to be sore all over for the next couple of days. This is on top of him already having the nightmare yesterday and kicking himself out of bed. Poor man. So he did hit his head a little bit, but I don't think it's enough to have a concussion or anything like that. But I am going to keep an eye on him throughout the night, no matter on any of this. My biggest worry right now is the arm, and so I made an appointment for the morning. So, well, going to make an appointment for the morning so we can get him a tetanus shot. So I'm starting to calm down a little bit. Oh my God, this is just soda. I shouldn't be drinking more, but I need to finish this. I can't stand the idea of wasting this. Sorry. And I need to just calm down so I can sleep after all this. And so I can finish saying all this. What I've drank tonight is the most I've ever drank in a long time. So I don't normally drink. Tonight I was wanting to wine. It is nice out. It's beautiful out tonight. You know, I was just wanting to relax. Spend some time with him. I think I just stuttered there. Spend some time out here and relax with him and just have a good time. I sometimes forget, well, he does too, of how sick we are and how once we start getting tired, we get tired to the point of exhaustion fast. And it affects our bodies and our brains, for real. I'm not even joking. I'm not exaggerating in any way, shape, or form. Oh my God, I'm still trying to calm down here. Oh man. I hope it's not too bright and blinding for y'all. Oh. I worry about it. I know a lot of people think he's an ass, and I know a lot of people think he belittles me and talks down to me and yada 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 yada. We both give each other crap all the time in a joking manner. You know, granted, when he does do things in a mean sort of manner, I have learned lately, within the last, I don't even know how long, but lately, hang on, my video's like playing out. Hey YouTubies. Oh my God, this is so frustrating. Hopefully this is recording now. Okay, this is a mental health update, and oh my God, I am stressing out tremendously. I just went through a whole spiel, and a while ago I was like bawling my eyes out and everything else because of it. Because I'm so stressed, so worried. Anthony and I just got done doing a a mukbang. Our potato, onion, and kielbasa grilled meal. I can't even think. I'm just so stressed. Him and I just got done having our mukbang video done, and he got up to pick up a few things to take inside the house with him, and he lost his balance and fell. Okay, normally we don't drink, hardly ever. Actually, he rarely ever drinks. I mean, like maybe a couple sips of my margarita if we go to the Mexican restaurant. That's it. Literally. And this time he had a little bit more than usual, but that wasn't what had caused the issue. When he got up to go into the house after we were done and pick things up and take food in and all that, he lost his balance because of the way Dad has the railroad ties situated out here. He lost his balance and fell head first basically into the side of the house. And there are railroad ties alongside the very edge of the house that have railroad tie spikes sticking up about an inch tall. I was almost a widow tonight because of it. Oh, breathe, breathe. There are inch. There are railroad spikes that are sticking up about an inch tall out of the railroad ties. I'm lucky he didn't actually hit his head on one of those railroad tie spikes, but he did hit his arm up here, the upper part of his arm, on one of them, and he has a huge dent. I'll show a picture at the end of the video of the injury. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'll show a picture at the end of the video of the injury of where he injured himself because of the railroad tie. Granted, like, I don't remember I said or not. I don't remember anything right now. I'm just so stressed out. He barely ever drinks anything. Like when we go to the Mexican restaurant, usually all he has is maybe a little tiny sip. One tiny sip. And that's it, because he's got to drive usually and all that kind of stuff. Well, this last time, I'll admit, he did actually drink a little bit more than what he normally does. He drank a whole margarita himself, but we sat there for quite a while, and we had water and everything afterward to help sober up before we drove home or anything like that. We sat there for probably about an hour, chit-chatting and spending time with each other. But tonight, he had maybe because of all the ice that I put in his drink. He likes a lot more ice in his drinks than I do. I don't like hardly any ice in my drinks, to be honest. He likes a lot of ice in his drinks to help water things down if they're sugary. So he maybe drank maybe half of one of these mugs, which I need to finish. I don't want this to go to waste. I'm sorry. One way I shouldn't be drinking more, but at the same time, I'm just so stressed and I need to drink a little bit more to calm myself down. And I don't want to waste it. to me, it's like money wasted. Scared me. To me, that's kind of like money wasted if I let it go to waste. Give me 1 second. So yeah, he injured his arm. So first thing in the morning, I already got the alarm set. I already bandaged him. I already put Neosporin on it. And a nice big bandage. Tucked him into bed and everything. And in the morning, I've already got the alarm set for 8 a.m. as soon as the clinic opens up, so I can try to get him into the doctor's office as soon as possible to give him a tetanus shot. But oh my god, I was almost a widow tonight because of it all. And granted, he falls a lot. Well, he's not been falling a lot, but he's been losing his balance more lately, even without alcohol. I will not be drinking any more alcohol together with him, at least, unless I go to the Mexican restaurant and I occasionally have my margarita there. But yeah, he will not be drinking more with me. I can't handle this to take a chance of him falling again. He fought. Oy. I feel like part of this is my fault because of bringing the margarita mix out. He falls, he gets... I don't know what I do without him. Something happened. I know he's a butthead sometimes. I know people give me crap about him being a butthead sometimes. But I don't know what I do without him. I could be with somebody much worse, you know? I've experienced guys that have been much worse than him and being bigger assholes than him. He used to be a bigger asshole than he is now. Ever since 2011, when he got diagnosed with diabetes and got put on medication, it's like I've married a whole different man. Yeah, he is still an asshole sometimes, but it has actually helped me exercise my right to speak up for myself. If that makes any sense. Until just recently, I used to never spoke up for myself. A lot of this stuff I always thought was normal, you know, the abuse and stuff like that. Yeah, he is sometimes a little bit abusive, but I could be with somebody much worse. I've been with people, with guys that have been much worse. I will take him for how he is. He makes me laugh. He understands when it comes to our mental health and our physical health and all this kind of stuff, he gets me. I get him. We've been together for 23 years. I mean, come on. You know? I was almost a widow, or could have been. Anyway, yeah, I don't remember if I even said or not, but I tucked him into bed and I came out here to do this video. Maybe I even shouldn't have even done this video. I mean, I'm still very upset. I don't know. I just don't want to lose him. I don't know what I'd do without him. Even though he is a butthead, yes. But he always makes me laugh. He helps me with things when I can't physically or mentally do stuff on my own because of my own illness. He helps me, like this other day, he helped me with washing my hair. I couldn't even wash my own damn hair because of my own issues. Because I was too weak. And he helped me wash my hair and brush it. So all of you people that want to give me crap about him being such belittling, abusive, and all this sort of stuff, kiss my fucking ass! You don't know everything. And I apologize for the language. Yeah, every once in a while I have people give me crap about him. You don't know everything. You don't know what we've been through. You don't know our story. Only we do. In the last 10, 11 years, it's like I've married a whole completely different man ever since he's been on medication for being diagnosed with diabetes. I think had diabetes for many years before that, but he hadn't been diagnosed officially. Because back in the past, he'd act like an angry drunk, and I left him 3 times because of it. I'll admit it. I'll admit he's sometimes abusive. But recently, because of learning all the stuff I've learned about narcissism and verbal abuse, emotional abuse, you know, yada yada, I've been learning how to speak up for myself to him. And because of it, we have learned together that we both have issues because of our upbringings from our parents. So we both have been working on things. So, you know, God, I didn't intend to get all this. This really has me upset that I could have easily been a widow tonight, and I don't know what I'm going to do if he ever dies and my parents ever die. I'm going to be all alone. I don't have any friends that are close by that I could call on if I actually had a medical emergency. Other than 911, but that's not friends. I'm worried about living alone and dying and my cat's eating me. I know that sounds stupid, but it's true. I don't want to live alone without him. I hate being sick. I have people give me crap all the time about my chronic fatigue and being sick and all this kind of crap. I can't help it. If I could be well again, I would be. You think I like being sick? I feel like my fucking life has been taken from me. I can't do anything. I can't work. I can't even do the simplest things, like I have to go to the store. If I come home from the store, I have to rest for like 2 or 3 days sometimes. Because I get so worn out just doing simple little shopping. Even just going to the doctor's office is a chore. Taking a shower or washing my hair is a chore. That's why I had to have him help me wash my hair the other day and brush it, because I couldn't freaking do it myself. Because I was too weak. I can't even file for disability because I don't have a diagnosis for my chronic fatigue. I don't even know if I can afford insurance because of all the bills that we have. Sometimes I really don't want to live, but I push myself for him. And the cats, I know that sounds silly, but for the cats, they're my babies. I don't have babies. I couldn't have babies. So they're my babies. There are times I really don't want to live, but like I said, that's the only reason I live is because of them. If it wasn't for them, I really don't know what I'd do. I don't want to live alone. If my parents die, you know, if it was just him and I, okay. I mean, I love my mom, but my dad, no, I don't love. I don't. I do not love my dad at all. I hate to say that, and I know a lot of people will give me shit and think I'm the most horrible person because I don't love my dad. But he is a horrible person himself. What kind of a dad goes around and call their child dum-dum and dummy and stupid and retard and fat and you know, all these other names that a child should not be called. Neglect me, you know, all these kind of stuff. My mom, I don't have as much issues with. She gets on my nerves sometimes too, but yes, but I don't have as much issues with her as I do Dad. I actually love her. She does get my nerves, yeah. Because she is nosy and, what do you call it, oh, I can't even think of the word. I can't even think. My brain is just like, and that's the thing, a lot of times with chronic fatigue, my brain just does not work. I have people give me crap about things because I can't remember things and because I sleep so much. I can't help it. And life has just basically been ripped from me. Now, I will admit, having chronic fatigue has had a few benefits. You know, trying to think positive, I will give it credit. It has had a few benefits. Because I have seriously learned to appreciate the little things. Like, little things like Anthony make me laugh. Even when I don't want to. He's being perverted and everything else. It makes me roll my eyes. Him washing my hair, brushing my hair for me when oftentimes I don't even ask for it. I don't think I deserve the help. You know, little Diana, even though she is so stinky because of her farts, oftentimes she comes and snuggles with me when I'm trying to sleep. And those little purrs of hers right in my ear. I love it. You know, it's the little things that I've learned to appreciate. The things I would have, prior to chronic fatigue, taken advantage of. And, you know, and just, you know, not thought anything of it. So, chronic fatigue has had some benefits. I miss my life from before. I miss working. And I hated my job because I had an asshole of a boss. But in general, I miss working. I miss working at Casey's General Store. I miss my regular customers for pizzas. I miss my regular customers for donuts. all that kind of stuff. I miss decorating the donuts. I used to make them so pretty. Most bosses at Casey's just have you decorate them, Casey's donuts, in a general plain sort of way. Boring. Bleh. But my boss used to actually, even though she was a major B, she actually used to let me get by with decorating them really prettily. Even though it was very difficult with the very loose, runny icing that I had to work with. I will admit that. But I did the best I could. And I don't mean to brag, but my donuts sold like hotcakes. I'll try to show up some pictures at the very end. Vikki. I need to get back in here and check on him in a minute. I have to check on him throughout the night. I got the alarm set for him to check his blood sugar in a little while again. I had actually checked his blood sugar for him a while ago, and then set the insulin pen to what he needed to take. But when he took it, I don't know what he did, but he actually bent the needle to where instead of sticking up, it was like sticking to the side. So I don't know what he did. So I don't think he got any insulin inside his body at all. So I got an alarm set for a little while for me to recheck it for him, and for him to, if he needs to, retake some insulin. So I gotta get there in a little bit. I'm trying to calm down. I did not intend to get this upset, but this is really, I am seriously scared. I'm not even joking for what I'm going to do if him and Mom and Dad pass away. I worry about it myself if I pass away before they do, particularly for Anthony. Because I do a lot for him. He doesn't ask me. I do it on my own. I want to make sure he's okay. We've had our many issues over the years. He's a butthead. But no matter what, I want to make sure he's okay. But if I passed away before him, hypothetically speaking, and my mom and dad passed away also, I don't know what he would do. I don't know if neither one of us are close to our families. He has a little bit of family back in my hometown. His cousin Trav and his wife Angie, that maybe he could stay with, live with. And he has a sister in Arkansas, but no offense to her, but she's a little weird and chatty. I love her. I love her to death. I love her. We love her. Yeah, she's like, we're not used to somebody that's so chatty, and I don't mean to be rude or anything like that, but it's draining for us when we are not used to that. We are used to our quiet time. Oftentimes when we're in our room, he's on his computer watching his stuff, I'm on my computer watching my stuff, and I have headphones on, and we're off in our own little worlds until we are both offline and interacting together, so we have a little time together. But yeah, she is like probably about like I am right now. Or probably worse, actually. Sorry, Peggy, if you see this. I apologize, but you are very, very, very chatty and very energy draining. I don't mean to be rude. That is not meant to be rude. But that's all he has as far as family. Really. I mean, he has other brothers and sisters, but as far as being able to probably stay with anybody, that's probably the two that would be the most operable, so to speak. Unless he lived on his own, and that's not really feasible because his neuropathy, he can't fill his own med boxes because he can't feel his fingertips to make sure he gets the pills in there correctly and all this kind of stuff. There's a lot of things that I don't try to be an enabler, But like when it comes to his pills and stuff, he can't feel things, and oftentimes he drops things a lot lately, and falls a lot lately. So yeah, for myself, if him and my parents pass away, heaven forbid, you don't own any of this, I don't have anybody that I could turn to. Nobody. If my parents died, I have cousins that I don't even really, I haven't associated with in 20 plus years or more. You know, I have nobody. No friends close by. Even the friends I have on Facebook, none of them I could, you know, as far as people I grew up with and all that kind of stuff, none of them I can consider as really friends. A lot of them are just in name only on Facebook. The friends I have that I grew up with on Facebook, basically just acquaintances, really. Nobody I can call on. Nobody I can even have text me occasionally to see that I'm still alive, so my cats don't eat me a lot, you know, as I'm dying. I don't know if they would, but you know, when they get hungry, you don't know how they're going to react. And I don't want to part with my kitties because they're my family. I don't have children. I don't have babies. I wanted babies. I had a memorial service for my babies. When I was younger, we lived at our old house. I had 3 miscarriages. And it was devastating. I didn't know how to react. I didn't know what to do. I lost my job because of it, because I was just so distraught and just depressed. All that kind of stuff. And emotionally, I didn't know how to, I gained a lot of weight back then, heavier than what I am now. Before we moved, actually we got kicked out of that house. We lost the house to taxes, which I'm glad. I hated that house. Let's put it this way, you think of an old, run-down, haunted house on the corner with a creepy dude that lives in it. That was our house. We had the creepy house on the corner. If I can, I'll try to show a picture of that even. We had the creepy house on the corner, and we were dirt poor. We couldn't afford to keep up repairs on the house. I'll tell all about all that in another video sometime. It's a whole different woo-ha of everything that needs to be said. That was a whole trauma experience right there. But I lost my babies. I never processed what had happened. So finally, one day before we officially lost the house to back taxes, I went out to the old walnut tree in the backyard. I took 3 little tiny yellow ribbons, because I didn't know if they were boys or girls, so I made them as yellow ribbons. And I had a little memorial service to say goodbye to my babies. I had a little, you know, I talked to them and said goodbye to them. That was my release, to say goodbye to them. And that actually helped a lot. So if you guys have ever actually had a miscarriage, and if that's an idea for you, I don't know if it'll actually help you or not, but it helped me. I still miss and mourn them and wish that they could be here with me. But that helped. They would be in their late teens to early 20s right now if they had lived. I remember the first girl, if we'd had a girl, was going to be named Caitlin Elaine La Belle. Caitlin, because I like the name. Elaine was his mother's name. Levisa is my middle name, my mother's middle name, my grandmother's middle name, my aunt's middle name, and my great-grandmother's middle name. So it's kind of like a passed down in the family. Actually, I've just found out recently it's actually supposed to be pronounced Lovisa. It's the Lovisa. Lovisa. So, La Belle. The others I don't totally remember. I have them written down someplace. I'd have to look the names up. But before we actually had babies, I had hopes. And, you know, you can never guarantee on things like this. But I had hopes of 2 boys and 2 girls. So I had 2 boys' names picked out and 2 girls' names picked out. You know, first, middle. We had 2 middle names for each baby picked out, actually. Like I said, I'd have to look them up. But I do know that my first born girl was going to be named Caitlin Elaine Levisa La Belle. And she would have been beautiful. So instead we have fur babies. We have Bruce and Diana. Which, yeah, I know we go on oftentimes about both of them, but particularly Diana be stinky because of the farts. I wouldn't change a damn thing about them. Even the stinks. Granted, it is annoying. Oh my god, I have to spray Febreze all the time because of her. Because of her farts. But I wouldn't change a thing. I love them so much. They have brought so much joy to us. I don't have babies, so they are our babies. Maybe having a margarita or 2 kind of helped me a little bit tonight to help get some of this out, but part of it, a lot of it is just being so stressed about Anthony right now. I don't know what I'm going to do without him. I can't file for disability because of, I went to a lawyer and tried to file for disability under chronic fatigue because I don't have a diagnosis of what is causing, quote unquote, my chronic fatigue. I can't actually file for disability. Well, I can never get my doctor to actually finish doing more tests, and when they do, the tests are so expensive because I don't have insurance. And one time they thought maybe I had Lyme disease, so they did a test for that. I don't have Lyme disease, or at least according to that test. I did find out later that there are multiple tests that they can do for Lyme disease. God, I feel like such a mess. I don't even have a Kleenex handy. I'm sorry. Pardon me. My shirt. I'm sorry. I mean, that's gross. I do laundry later anyways. God. Pardon me. Sorry. I don't even remember what I was saying. Frick. Oh. They were trying to test me for Lyme disease, and I just recently found that there are other Lyme disease tests that they can run, but they are so expensive, and I don't have insurance right now because of we're barely making it financially anyway, which we're going to be trying to cut back on our expenses as far as we drink too much soda pop. I'll admit, we've both gotten hooked lately on that. Bad us, I know, and especially him being diabetic. I know. Sugar is so addicting. And me and my chocolate milk. Yeah, I know. So I'm going to be trying to cut back on that. I mean, I need to drink more water. I've actually just yesterday, sat down and wrote down some goals that I want to work on. And one is trying to increase my walking. I can usually only walk maybe 500 to 1,000 walk. Sorry, I'm stressed and I'm like talking too fast. 500 to 1,000 steps a day. If I'm lucky, if it's a really good day, I can walk 1,500 or more. Like the other day, I think I walked 1,888 steps a day, or that day. For me, those numbers are good. I know a lot of people do like 5,000, 10,000. Like, oh my God, I would give my right arm to be able to walk those amounts of steps. I can't do it with chronic fatigue. I am thankful I do a lot better than I was when we first moved in with Mom and Dad 5 years ago. I was much worse back then. Oh my God. Much, much worse. Many times I was on death's door. I'm not even joking on that. So I have actually made a goal list to attempt to increase my steps. Even just, 50 to 100 steps extra per day to start with, to slowly increase. As well as I need to drink more water. Try to eat healthier, except for like when we do videos. I know sometimes we eat unhealthy, but it's usually when we eat unhealthy, it's usually on video. So it's what I kind of consider as my cheat or splurge days. Yeah, me should eat healthy all the time, but it's hard. I have cravings. I should probably go, but this is getting kind of long. Actually, oh my God, this is getting long. I didn't mean for this to get so long. I have so much stress. I just need to talk with somebody sometimes. I just worry about him so much. We've thought about if Mom and Dad die, selling this place. Because it's a 3-bedroom house. There's no way that him and I can afford to stay here, even on his income by ourselves. That's just a given. I don't think we could actually afford to do that. But, so we have thought about either, if they passed away, which I know hopefully it won't happen for a while, even though Dad's an ass. I do not wish death on him. But, gotta finish this before I go in. I'm not wasting this. And I gotta be able to sleep later. After all that I've gone through tonight. Okay. But yeah, we've thought about when Mom and Dad pass away, selling this place because we won't be able to afford to stay in this house ourselves. And possibly move into an apartment, like in a bigger town. Ooh, I just got a cool breeze. It's actually getting colder. I love fall. But move to a bigger town in an apartment where we can have our kitties. That is a must. I am not going anywhere without my kitties. Not leaving my babies behind. No way in hell. They are family to me. So if we get an apartment, it's got to be someplace we can move with them. Or get one of those tiny sheds that you could, a livable tiny shed, but one of those long ones. and I know this sounds weird, but I thought about if we get either an apartment or a tiny shed this long, decorating things Viking style. You know, kind of that rustic mountain cabin Viking style look. The fox fur bedspread on the bed, the fox fur pillows on the bed, the fox fur pillows on the couch, deer antlers above the fox fireplace, you know, stuff like that. I would love to have a fox fur or a fox fireplace and everything, you know, stuff like that. I love that look. But oh, alright, hang on here, I got the hiccups now. I love that look. I love Vikings. Ever since I found out that I have Vikings in my ancestry, of course. But I've always, besides that, always liked that look. So, that mountain cabin, rustic sort of look, but yet have little hints of feminine decor in it, like a vase of flowers, and maybe a crystal hanging down in front of a window that shines prisms all over the room, things like that. I know, I'm weird. So yeah. But yeah, that's the kind of things that if we move to, that way I would love to decorate. So I just, if all three of them do pass, I don't know what I'd do. I don't know if I would stay here in Missouri. I don't know if I would stay in this town, in Warsaw, Missouri. I don't know if I would move to a bigger town in Missouri, or move to a different state, Missouri. I have no friends close by that I could actually call on, to could actually at least text or call me every day or every couple of days to make sure I'm okay, make sure my cats haven't ate my face off, you know, things like that. So I don't know what I'd do. I don't know. I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I really don't know what I would do. I don't know. It's been a lot of food for thought, and I'm scared. So anywho, oh my god, this has gotten way later than I planned. I better finish my drink and scoot. I know I probably shouldn't finish this, but like I said, I don't want to waste it. And I did not intend to get all emotional and all this. This falling really screwed me up. Seeing him go down like that, it was like the whole thing was like it was in slow motion for me. And I tried to get there quick enough to help break his fall. I know I probably would have got hurt, you know, in the process. I was okay with that. I was okay with that. You know, he's a big guy. He probably would have hurt me a lot. But, you know, you do what you have to do to help the ones you love. I never thought I would actually still be with him, especially after the third time I left him. See, when I was with him in past, before he was diagnosed with diabetes, he was like an angry drunk, big time. I have no joke on any of that. He was like an angry drunk all the time, belittling me, put me down, you know, a lot of the emotional abuse, mental abuse, all that kind of stuff. I'll fully admit, and that's why I left him. Hello? But there's something, I loved him, and I just I know a lot of people, when they're in abusive situations, they go back to the ones that caused the abuse. I mean, I don't know if maybe it's partly abuse and maybe partly trauma bonding. I really don't. I'm exploring all this stuff lately since I've been learning more about abuse, verbal abuse, mental abuse, all that kind of stuff. I've just recently been learning about all this stuff just in general, thanks to Pinterest. You would think I learned all this stuff from my therapist, but no, he hasn't hardly said anything about any of this kind of stuff. I'm learning all this stuff on my own. But thanks to Pinterest and YouTube and places like that, I am actually learning about all this kind of stuff and educating myself. I'm actually taking the time and steps to educate myself on things. And yeah, he used to be a lot worse. But like I said, ever since he's been diagnosed with diabetes, got things more in control, and on medications, is like I've married a whole different man. He still is an asshole sometimes, yeah. I'll admit it. But I found out a lot of times lately when he actually has been an asshole. Pardon my French, by the way. I'm still a little loopy and stressed and just... But when he actually has been that way, a lot of times, from him and I just recently talking about things, we're not the best at communicating together because of the way we were raised. But lately we're working on things, and lately because of trying to communicate together, we have learned that a lot of all that is because of our upbringing. In both of our families, we were taught not to communicate. So, yeah. I was going to say something else. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, oftentimes when he has been an ass lately, is because he's been in major pain because of his kidneys, and he has chest pains. Like 2 years ago, I think it was, because of his chest pains, that they cannot seem to find out why he has chest pains. He was still, he's had the chest pains for 5 years at least, if not more. I don't know if he's had the chest pains before we moved into with Mom and Dad, because like I said, we've not always communicated like we should. So he may have had the chest pains a lot longer, I don't know. But I know it's been at least 5 years. And the doctors cannot seem to find out why he has chest pains. So 2 years ago, because of his chest pains, he was in such bad pain that he actually went into full body, head to toe convulsions because of it. So they did I want to say 10, 11 different tests on him. Sonogram, ultrasound, x-rays, yada, 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 yada. And they could not figure out why he's having chest pains. And he's had tests like all those before and since that time in the hospital. And they still cannot figure out why he's having chest pains. So, I don't know. I just lost my train of thought again. Oopsies. I think it's time for me to go in and see how he's doing and go to bed. After I finish my drink. And go to the little girl's room. Just saying. So, anywho, I think I'm gonna scoot. Like I said, I did not intend to get all emotional tonight. I normally try not to get all emotional. I hate crying in front of people. I hate crying in general because I get all sniffly and yucky and but yeah. just really stressed and worried, and not only for my own situations, but also for him. I'm gonna have to go in and go pee soon. Okay, if you're new to our channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell, and we will see you soon. And I hope he's feeling boo. Like, oh my god. I hope he's feeling better soon. I think I was trying to combine better and soon together. But yeah, like I said, I don't normally try to get emotional on these. I don't like crying in front of people. So please keep us in your thoughts and prayers. I'm not really super religious, I'll admit. I am spiritual, but I am not religious. But nonetheless, please keep us in your prayers if you would, or at least positive thoughts. So I hope he's okay. Tomorrow's going to be a long day if I can get him into the doctor's office. Man, it was so scary. I thought sure he was going to hit his head and spike go through his head. Oh my god. It's bad enough his arm. The thing is, I don't think he's had a tetanus shot since he was like a teenager. I don't think I have either, actually, come think about it. I think last time I had a tetanus shot was I was like 13, because my cousin left the pitchfork in Grandma's farm, or barn, on the ground, under the hay, and I didn't know it, and I ran into it, and it went through, the pitchfork went through my shoe to my foot, and I had to have a tetanus shot because of it. So yeah. Thanks, Tony! My cousin Tony, which he's dead now, but I always thought of him as my brother, my big brother. I miss him. I miss having family that I can actually call family. Other than Mom. And Anthony, of course. I'm rambling. I need to really scoot, because this is, oh my god, this is like so long. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Bye, guys. Don't forget to subscribe.